Well, the Battle of North Anna, or battles. Uh, Lee and Grant fought it out, Spotsylvania from May 9th to May 21st up in 1864. And frankly, I don't know that either one exactly shown. But as I point out in the other video, you're talking about a really tired set of armies here. I think I called them in the last video more mobs than armies at this point. The leaders are tired. You know, Lee's commanders are almost to a person sick. They're just worn out. Uh, Grant believes that well, first off, he's sure he's got to get out of Spotsylvania because nothing's happening there. And he believes that he can come down here from up here at Spotsylvania and head down, to this place you see on the map called Hanover Junction. Okay, it's called the Battle of North Anna for a good reason, because there's a really good place across the North Anna River there, and if Grant can get there before Lee gets there, then he can force Lee to fight him out in the open. Now Lee was about half a day late on this one, maybe a little bit more. But nevertheless, once he figures out that Grant is heading for the North Anna, which he expected, he gets his troops there right quickly. I don't think Grant expected them to get there that quickly. So, despite the fact that Lee probably has had a heart attack, certainly has severe GI problems, it's just again, it's Grant versus Lee, and Lee is the more accomplished tactician, certainly more capable general in the field than Grant is, and a superbly capable general. Grant, on the other hand, of course, is seeing the big picture, which is that he doesn't have to win battles, he just has to kill Lee's army. Nevertheless, if you take too big a beating, such as Grant took up the wilderness, you can only take so many of those. So Lee heads down there, gets to that river crossing on the North Anna before Grant does. And there's a whole bunch of little teeny tiny fights in there. I guess if you're dead in a teeny tiny fight, it's the same as being dead in Pickett's charge. But anyway, so there's all this skirmishing going on. And Lee realizes, and you can see it here on the map, that if he shapes his army like a V, with the top of the V, the upside down V, at the river or near the river crossing, Grant's got a problem because he can only get across there. So if Grant goes to this side, Lee can move his troops that way. If Grant goes to that side, he can move his troops that way. That is, the right wing of Lee's army can reinforce the left wing, and the left wing of Lee's army can reinforce the right wing. If Grant is foolish enough to split his army in two pieces and try to attack both wings at the same time, it's not a great idea to split your army in half in front of Robert E. Lee. You're probably not going to find your army again. So as a result, there's a lot of skirmishing. The only thing that kept Grant's army from taking a severe beating at the North Anna was the fact that A.P. Hill is sick, as I said in an earlier video, probably has syphilis. Ewell is dead tired. Dick Anderson is, well, first off, he's a second-rate commander, and I don't mean to insult Anderson. He hasn't had the experience yet. But Anderson's tired too. Lee, of course, as I've told you, is sick in his tent. And when he moves, he has to move about by buggy or by ambulance. And that's helped save Grant's army. Grant's troops, his troops fought better than Grant did. And Grant's great failure, and it was a failure at the Wilderness, it was something of a failure at Spotsylvania, it sure is a failure here. And that is, Grant simply believes he's got the upper hand, and he's not doing his reconnaissance. You ought to know where the roads are, you ought to know where they lead, and you darn sure should know where your troops are. Grant did not happen to know those things. And so as a result, the whole movement of Grant to North Anna is a mess, which of course allows Lee to get there first. And then Grant's going to pull away from North Anna and head for a place called Cold Harbor, where once again, there's not going to be any reconnaissance. And Grant is going to throw his troops right at Robert E. Lee's army. Friends, don't do that. It's just not a good idea. And when we do the video on Cold Harbor, I'll explain why it's really a lousy idea to throw your troops directly at Bobby Lee. Well, okay, so we come to the end of this battle. If you're enjoying these videos, if you're watching these for whatever reason, not everybody who watches this has to be a member of my class. Subscribe down below. We'll give you instructions in the comments below, and we're on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and a whole bunch of other things. And frankly, I want everybody out there to, stay safe, stay sane, and above all, stay healthy. So I hope to see you all again someday. We'll all be in a better world. Now, okay, I'm going to be in Reading, Pennsylvania. But anyway, I want all of you to have the best we can do. So take care, everybody.